Alright!
Hey Andy, if you were to be, I don't know, involved in a quest to acquire your color scheme, what would be something someone could do to earn it?
Leave the room.
I'm gonna go see which of our neighbors can tell us apart.
I fear the powers Prodigal may have taught him. What is Prodigal, you ask? Well,
Prodigal is the tale of striking out on your own, realizing it didn't work, and returning to the home you left only to find that everyone you left is still there, those that remember you resent you, and you have a lot of bridge building to do before this can ever feel like home again.
you take on the role of Orin. Of course, you don't have to name him Orin.
So you take on the role of no. You take on the role of Shart.
You take on the role of someone who was supposed to be named Orin, but is now named Shart, as he returns to his homeland after receiving a letter from his grandfather detailing his parents' death. Unfortunately, the welcome will not be as warm as... Shart stole 400 gold from his parents and left without a word, seeking adventure. Now, on his way back, he must contend with the home he expects to return to and the home he's returning to.
Upon returning to the island, you are allowed to roam several buildings, meet many NPCs, and your grandfather Darrow in his home. Also in his home is Bolivar, Darrow's smithing apprentice. Darrow sends you and Bolivar off to a bar to meet yet another NPC, Shart's childhood friend Keaton. Some rotten guests begin to cause a problem when a lord begins complaining that his food is taking too long. He orders his men to
Which is all he gets out before the lights go out and turn back on, revealing yet another NPC, who turns the Lord and all the Lord's men into burnt spots on the ground. Amadeus is this hulking, mysterious, ghostly apparition with his own theme that will appear several times throughout the story to scold and or guide you on your adventure.
Awake the next morning and head outside to find Bolivar waiting for you. He'll send you on your first quest, to acquire a pickaxe to help him mine for something. The pickaxe will also function as your main weapon for attacking enemies as well as, well, mining. You can break rocks that have materials and money inside while in any dungeon or any places that have cracked rocks.
After acquiring your pickaxe, the world and story open up to the main quest, which involves a mysterious stolen power and helping Bolivar forge a sword, for some reason. Begin checking the cracks and crevices of Van's Point to discover dungeons to complete, some for story purposes, some for extras such as money, heart ore, collecting 4 pieces of it will extend your HP, and more. These are the main focus of Prodigal as you complete top-down puzzles with tools like a hand that teleports you to the entrance of a room, a lasso that pulls you toward things or things toward you, and a fist that can break large cracked rocks and move red rocks.
Beyond even those puzzles and dungeons are more big rocks and brain teasers that will dot the island and ask you to think about how to solve it the right way, or how to break the game's mechanics to manipulate your way into solving it. I solved it, didn't I?
You sure did, champ. Alongside that, there are several dozen side quests to complete which the inhabitants of Van's Point will give you depending on when and where you talk to them. The day-night system in this game will give you a sense of time as characters live out their days tending to farms, walking around, and returning home. There's even a day counter showing how long you've been back on Van's Point.
You'll use the side quests you complete to rebuild the bridges you've burned with every single NPC, most of them female, forge new friendships, and perhaps something more.
One of the larger points of this adventure is the dating simulator aspects that make doing side quests for your old friends worth it. Every complete quest moves you a little closer to them. Quests will range from bring me this book you found earlier in the game to complete this several layered dungeon to earn my affection. You'll likely become closer to several Van's Point inhabitants by just playing the game without going out of your way.
You can't build your own Van's Point harem though. There are several points at which you must choose between 2 NPCs in front of others. You must profess your affection for your one true love. My choices were geared toward the blue-haired Carolyn, after having garnered affection from Oakley for simply playing the game. I also ended up marrying Mariana because she doesn't give you a choice after completing the arena levels.
That's not okay.
If you're afraid the fun stops after the credits roll, there were several DLC updates to Prodigal that add dungeons, upgrades, items, and further side quests to power both your abilities and your relationships. These things will not become apparent until after you beat the final boss, however, so be aware of that. There's even another DLC update releasing sometime in 2023.
Prodigal is a game that started as a very simple concept. Character returns home to an unwelcome party that hates him for leaving the way he did. Along the way, mysteries are uncovered that reveal how needed he was as pasts are discovered, reasons why characters are the way they are come to light, and friendships are on the line. It becomes a very complicated adventure that puts the fate of everything on the shoulders of someone that no one wanted to return. In between those serendipitous plot points is some very solid gameplay. Dungeon crawling and puzzle solving is very well done, and there are even buffs you can buy from Keaton and Oakley to make these activities easier.
Double your HP with Keaton's salmon dish, eliminate fall damage with Oakley's fall feather, increase your luck with the luck potion, a thing both the game and the manual are very vague on.
Ah, that's right. Because this is another Colorgrave game, your purchase on Steam also comes with a digital manual. You'll learn about the story, the characters, the items you'll find, the world map, details about the systems of Prodigal, and, most importantly, adorable art. It's 13 pages of information and lovely illustration. This time we remembered to check the additional content area on Steam.
Go us. Where I want to suggest improvement on the game would also ruin other aspects I found hilarious, such as hitboxes. Sometimes you'll swing your weapon at an enemy as it approaches, and the enemy will strike first even though it was not close. Or you'll swing and the enemy will take damage even though you were nowhere close to hitting it. I believe this may be due to a grid system the game operates on for tile sets and placements, but it was still annoying to take undeserved damage from enemies I was definitely close enough to hit.
Why would fixing this be bad?
Because if you fix the weird hitboxes, you may also lose the ability to kill enemies in one hit with the lasso. Simply have them land on a tile you cannot walk on, a tile or spot already occupied by something else. The enemy dies instantly. This is part of the reason I survived several enemy hordes.
Yeah, kind of a slippery slope.
Another aspect is your walking speed. You move very slowly. It feels even slower because of how zoomed in the camera is.
Fixing this breaks what exactly?
Well, first of all, then the whole game has to be rebuilt because dungeon rooms are tailored to the screen size. Second, it does away with the Winged Boots fetch quest, which I'd be okay with. That quest is really annoying. I think allowing the player the option to move faster from the get-go would be great because the run speed is perfect, specifically for puzzles in which you need to chase a moving object into another room to activate and reactivate obstacles to solve a puzzle.
Anything else?
One more thing. Healing. Any sort of healing is only available from Lynn, the pink farmer girl, or Keaton's meals. Other than that, you just have to make it through each dungeon in one go, beginning to boss. Fixing this doesn't break anything, just allow us to find healing things in rocks as we mine or enemies as we kill.
Sounds like Prodigal is a pretty good game. Beyond the inspirations that influence the controls and the look, it creates a world of mystery and puzzles that are unique and fun to solve. Not requiring the player to equip and unequip tools is another strong bonus, as well as your pickaxe being your mining and attacking tool. Your collection will fill as you complete quests and fight enemies, as well as satisfy your suitors. It even has extra dungeons to complete if you feel like going back after fighting the final boss. This is a good game with some shaky mechanics and a just fine story that we recommend you check out as we wait for what Colorgrave has in store for us next.
Aw, thanks for watching. That was nice. You also liked the video and subscribed? How kind! You even shared this with your friends? That's incredible! You've completed all my dating sim quests just by doing what you usually do. Good job. Now how about you? Go watch some more of our stuff because we have a lot of it. Thanks. Okay, bye.
That was not comfortable.
That's because my hair is wet.
Yes, that's why.